to the program from Banjul.
Thank you very much.
Now, we have an extraordinary situation where you, the presidential spokesman, are there in Gambia, and the elected and now inaugurated new president is not. How do you foresee the immediate next few hours and days playing out?
Well, it is very clear that we do not have a very conventional situation. The situation we're in is what you call a situation of contested legitimacy. So what is happening now is a contest of will. Once you assert that you are the legitimate government of the Gambia, something must back you to establish that legitimacy. And so, ECOWAS, the international community, is actually backing President-elect Barrow.
Well, Mr. Sallah,
yes.
Are you implying that ECOWAS, the forces of ECOWAS, should go in and be able to install the new president?
Well, I'm simply stating the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that ECOWAS agreed to travel with President-elect Barrow, agreed to give support to the democratic process in the Gambia. So at this very moment, they have considered themselves to be the force that will give President-elect Barrow the support that is necessary to ensure that the democratic transition in the country is complete. What Gambians are actually talking about, dialogue that will lead to a situation where peaceful transfer of power will be effected.
Ivory Coast and others had a very violent denouement. Do you think that it's going to be violent? Are troops going to have to, or are they planning to come across the border to enforce the will of the Gambian people?
What is happening in the Gambia is unique. If you come to the Gambia this day, the streets are empty. Shops are closed. Markets are empty. There's a shutdown of the country. The forests have gone. And essentially, there is the closure of the whole economy of the country. Ambassadors have deserted, ministers have deserted, and essentially the military, after the inauguration of President-elect Barrow, will have to decide which side they are on. The home army and security forces want peace for their country. They will not shoot their own people. We believe that any person under those conditions is not strong in any way to resist anybody. So we believe that it would be very easy to convince that person that the end game has come. It is better to actually proceed in a peaceful way so that the country that has always known peace will not have leaders getting to the State House by working on dead bodies.
What do you hope from the UN resolution?
We expect that the will of the Gambian people will be defended. They will ensure that the Gambian people deciding that through elections, they will select their leaders. When they select that leader, then everybody should accept that decision. And we believe that as we move, that's why I'm saying this few hours will be very decisive. It is either we are heading towards a peaceful transfer of power or towards war.
Okay.
We are saying the footing of peace is there, the footing of war is there.
It sounds terribly dramatic, Mr. Sallah, and everybody's watching your country. And I specifically want to ask, because Gambia also plays a big role in the migrant crisis. It is apparently the fourth largest source of migrants heading to Italy. There's a lot of poverty, a lot of issues that the new president has to deal with. How important is it, do you think, for the stability of your own country and for the migrant crisis, for this presidential contest to be decided?
Yes, the Gambia has never changed to the ballot box. That is one of the historical factors. That is the first time the opposition had to form an alliance to elect an independent candidate so that the Gambia will have a new start. Many Gambians that you've mentioned are abroad. Some have the means to be able to come to invest in the Gambia. So the potential of the country would have increased. Gambia has minerals which are not exploited yet. With more investments, all those possibilities could be enjoyed because it's a country of less than 2 million people. So the opportunities are so great, but impossible to exploit without peace and tranquility.
We wish you well. We hope for peace and prosperity and for this contest to be decided in a democratic manner. Halifa
Thank you very
Sallah,
much.
thank you so much, spokesman for the new president.
Thank you.